Good evening. Again, my name is Dwight Liesel. I work for the Port of Portland. I am the project manager for the port for the Willamette Cove Upland site. We're working with Metro and DEQ to clean up this site. Apex is our common consultant. I was asked to give a short presentation on this basis of design report that we just recently submitted to DEQ. A copy of this report is available on the DEQ website for Willamette Cove. I'll provide Danny a link to that report. Next slide. So I want to start with a little historical context. First of all, the record of decision for the site was issued by DEQ in March of 2021. The selected remedy broadly consists of excavation and off-site disposal of soil exceeding hotspot levels for human health, excavation and off-site disposal of soil exceeding non-dioxin furan hotspot levels for ecological health, consolidation and on-site capping of the soil posing an excess risk to humans and higher risk levels relative to plants and animals, and in-place covering of residual soil contamination posing a lower level risk to plants and animals. The selected remedy also included a contingency remedy that allowed Metro the option to eliminate or greatly reduce the volume of soil to be consolidated on site and instead transport this soil off-site for disposal at a regulated landfill. In 2022, the Metro Council elected to implement this contingency remedy, and thereby soil designated for excavation and on-site capping in a consolidation cell will instead be disposed of off-site in a regulated landfill. The next big effort was a comprehensive remedial design investigation that we conducted in the summer of 2022. This investigation divided the site up into 44 decision units. Each were approximately a half acre in size. There were 30 samples collected in each decision unit at each 1 foot depth interval. We sampled down to 3 feet below the ground surface. In total, there were over 5,000 individual soil samples that were collected. The draft report for this work was submitted to DEQ in March of 2023. And then finally, using the RDI data, a basis of design was submitted to DEQ in September of this year. The BODR is the first of a series of remedial design documents, culminating with the 100% remedial design, which, again, these are the blueprints for conducting the final remedial action at the site. The BODR basically presents the overall approach for implementing the upland cleanup. So next slide. This shows the objectives of the basis of design report. I'm not going to get into all of these, but I do want to highlight some of the important points that came out in the basis of design report. Number one, based on the RDI data set, contamination in general decreases with depths. This conclusion is particularly strong on the eastern parcel and the eastern part of the central parcel. And it's important and it's consistent with the historical filling of the site. Based on the preliminary excavation plan, approximately 50,000 cubic yards of soil will be excavated and disposed off-site. Again, there will be no consolidation cell. All contamination soil that is excavated will go off-site. Our preliminary assessment of the soil beneath the concrete slabs on the east parcel indicate that this soil may be a potential borrow site for clean soil to be used on the cover, to be used as cover for other locations at the site. Our preliminary assessment of preserving existing native trees indicates very little opportunity, if any, of preserving these native trees. So after excavation, the site will largely be a clean slate with little to no remaining vegetation. A minimum of 1 foot of clean soil will be placed over the entire site to help with revegetation of the site as part of the nature park development. We continue to work closely with the Willamette Cove In-Water Project and Metro on their nature park design to ensure that these projects' designs come together to make the site safe for people, plants, and animals. Next slide. So the next remedial design document to be submitted to DEQ will be the remedial design, remedial action work plan. This plan will lay out the overall management strategy performing the remedial design and will describe the proposed general approach to contracting, construction, operations, maintenance, and monitoring of the remedial action. I think it's, again, important to emphasize that both the upland and the in-water projects need to be constructed at the same time as much as possible to take advantage of the opportunities of efficiencies, particularly for the riverbank work that will be happening, the sequencing of work, import and export of material, and coordinating the staging areas for this work. Both the upland and the in-water projects are scheduled to be complete with 100% of the remedial design sometime near the end of 2025. So before I close, I wanted to give a brief update on the Willamette Cove In-Water projects. We are in the process in the in-water project of completing the 30% remedial design submittal. The design criteria report, drawings, and specifications were submitted to EPA in October. And the next group of supporting documents that support the 30% design will be submitted next week. And then there's a final group of supporting documents that will be submitted in February. With all of this, this will complete the full 30% design package. The 30% design proposes substantial riverbank layback. To support the 60% remedial design, we're planning an extensive riverbank sampling investigation. This riverbank sampling investigation will help refine those laybacks of the riverbank. We have been clearing vegetation at the site. That started last week. But the actual riverbank sampling, which again will be a pretty significant effort, will probably start about the middle of January. Next slide. So any